Hi, welcome to my channel Ruby Stedman. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to knit this beautiful basket weave hat. It's very easy to do. I hope you guys like it and give it a try. And here is the list of materials you're gonna need to make this adult size hat. This is the yarn I'm gonna use. It's Loops and Thread Impeccable, medium 4, 100% acrylic. It has 128 grams or 245 meters. And the color is aqua. I'm gonna use two size circular needle, a 5.5 millimeter for the brim and a 6.5 millimeter for the rest of the hat. I'm gonna need a marker, tapestry needle and scissor, and a row counter or a piece of paper and a pen or pencil to keep track at the rows. That way you know when to change the rows around. Okay, to make this hat I'm gonna cast on 80 stitches. If you want this hat smaller, you can cast 70, but then you have to do the border 1 net 1 purl. But if you want just a little bit smaller and you don't want to change the amount of stitches, you can use a smaller netting needle. You can use, for the smaller one, a 5 millimeter, and for the other one a 6 millimeter. So that changed the size a little bit. So in here I'm gonna do a slip knot. And I'm gonna put it in my needle. And I'm gonna cast on exactly the same way that I did for my baby hat. The one that I did a few weeks ago, from 6 to 12 months. Can be a little bit older than 12 months because they are nice and loose. So I'm gonna come here in this stitch and I'm gonna do like a net stitch, and then I'm gonna have to pass it through this needle, and I'm gonna come through the back of that stitch and pass it to the needle and pull. Now you're gonna work in between the stitches and here right through. Again, you're gonna net stitch. You're gonna pull and then come here under and pass it through the other needle, like so. Again, in between, you're gonna net, pull, pass to the other needle, and have 4 stitches. Again, in between, pass to the other needle, and it had to be in between. That way you get a really nice border in here. You'll see. And in here you don't can go like that because don't gonna work. You have to come, you see, under, like so, from here. And look how nice that border looks. So you're going to continue doing this until you have your 80 stitches. Here I have my 80 stitches, and make sure that this part in here is all to the center and they are not twisted before you close your circle. So I place my marker in here, and this is the yarn that we're going to work with, and this right hand. And in here, you're gonna go to the first one and you're gonna do a net, 2 net, 2 purl. So you don't have to do 2 net, 2 purl. You can do 1 net, 1 purl, 1 net, 1 purl. And I wanted to mention as well that you don't need to work with 2 different size needles. You can do the entire hat with 1 size. It's up to you. 2 purl. And 2 nets. Two purl. And 2 net. Like that, you're going to continue working this entire row. And you start with 2 net and you will finish with 2 purls. As you work the stitch, you have to move them around. That way it's easier for you to work. You bring them this way and these ones that way on top of the needle, and it's easier for you when it's time to work. At the end of this first row, you're going to have the last 2 stitches like one on top of each other, so you're going to separate them and you're going to do 1 and 2 purls. You're going to pass your marker, and in here that strand of yarn, it look nice and long but that will take shape when you start working the next row, and at the end when you finish making your hat, you're going to even this hat in here with the strand of yarn that you left. You only have to do that when you do hats with circular needle. So in here you're going to do again, you see when you pull this, that one get nice and tight. You're going to do the repetition as you have done so far. 2 net, and you see that's no problem there, and 2 purls, 2 net, 2 purl. So you're going to work these until you have the desired width for yours. If you want to fold the brim, you will do more, and if you don't, you will do less. If you don't, you will do like 8 rows, 7 to 8 rows, and if you do want to fold it, you will do from 10 to 12 rows. I have a hat here. This is a crochet hat that I have here. So you see, if you don't want to fold it, you leave it like that, but if you want to fold it like this, you have to do more rows. Okay, so I will meet you here when I have the width for mine. So I don't know yet if I want to fold mine or not yet. For mine, I did 10 rows. Now I'm gonna change stitches and needles. So I'm gonna remove the marker on this row. I'm gonna bring my yarn to the back. I'm gonna pull this one a little bit, and I'm gonna come here, push that one down, and I'm gonna start with 5 nets. So if you are not changing needle size, you just pass the marker to the other side and do your 5 net. Make sure that this one, that your yarn is not, the stitches are not coming out. Now I'm going to do 5 purls. Now 5 net, and then 5 purl, 5 net, 5 purl. Like that you're going to continue until you finish with 5 purls, because you start with 5 nets and you'll finish with 5 purls. I finished the first row. Now I'm going to place my marker back again and pass my yarn to the back. And we're going to do that repetition of that row 3 more times. So each repetition is done 4 times, and then you change them around. So I'm going to do these 5 net. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yarn to the front, 5 purls. So you're going to net the net and purl the purls for 4 rows. So this is row number 2. I had to do it 2 more times. And 5 purls. Yarn to the back. 5 net. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And if you look here, you can see the 2 rows of pearls. So yarn to the front, I'm gonna do 5 pearls, and like that you're gonna continue in this row, and then the next 2 rows for a total of 4 rows. That's why you need to keep track of the amount of rows that you're doing. That way you know when to change to the next sequence. So I will meet you here at the end of my 4th row. I finished my 4th row. Now we're going to change the stitches around. So you're going to pass the marker to the other side, and these 5 net, they will be purl now. So you're going to purl 5. Three, 4, and 5. Yarn to the back, and these 5 purl will be 5 net. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yarn to the front, and these 5 net will be 5 purl. And you want to continue with that sequence, changing the stitches from net to purl and from purl to net until you get to the end of the row. So, and here, the last 5 here that you have purl, they will be net. Once you finish the first row of the new sequence, you're going to continue working the stitches as you see them. So that will be 5 purl, and then 5 net, 5 purl, 5 net, and this will be row number 2, and then you're going to repeat that 2 more times for a total of 4 rows. And then after you done your 4 rows, you're going to change things around again. So every 4 rows you have to change the stitches. That's why I said that you need a row counter or a piece of paper. That way you write each time you done your 4 rows, you have to change the stitch. It's easier that way. So you see. So I'm gonna do this second row plus 2 more, a total of 4 rows, and I will meet you here to show you how to change the stitch around again. And from there you can work your hat until you have from 22 to 23 centimeters long. Once you finish those 4 rows, your stitch will start to look like this. You see, it starts to take shape. And now you have to change things around, like these 5 purl will be 5 net, and this 5 net will be 5 purl, and you'll work that for 4 rows, and then after the 4th row you will change again to those 5 net will be 5 purl, like these 2 sequences. And here you continue repeating until you have from 22 to 23 centimeters long from here, from the border of your hat. So I will let you know how many rows I will give to my hat to get to 22 to 23 centimeters. I finished my desired length and I did 22 centimeters. I did 34 rows of the motifs and 10 rows of the border. So in total I have here 44 rows, but of the motif is 34. So now we're going to start with the decrease. Now I have to do the decrease, but I have to change the stitch because I have my 4 rows here. So what I'm going to do a row to change the stitches around, and then in the next row I will start the decrease. So this 5 purl will be net, and this net will be purl, and so on. Just change that row, and then in the next one for the decrease we're going to start with the first 2 net together. We're going to do 1 net and the next 2 net together. Yarn to the front, 2 purl together, 1 purl, and 2 together to stitch together. And like that is how we're gonna do our decrease. We're gonna do this 2 net together, 1 net, 2 net together, 2 purl together, 1 purl, and 2 purl together. So I'll meet you here at the end of this row. Now next row of decrease is these 2 net together and 1 net. Yarn to the front, these 2 purls together and 1 purl. Yarn to the back, 2 net together and 1 net. So you're gonna end up with 2 net, 2 purl, 2 net, 2 purl all the way around in this row will be 2 net together, 2 purl together, 2 net together, 2 purl together all the way around, you see, because you have 2 nets and here 2 purl. You'll do 2, 2, 2, and 2. Once you finish doing that row of 2 together and 2 together all the way around, you're gonna end up with 16 stitches. I don't gonna do any more decrease because working with circular needle is very difficult to do decrease when you have fewer stitches. So what I'm gonna do now is cut a strand of yarn to close our hat in the top. Now with the tapestry needle, I'm gonna cast off these 16 stitches. I'm gonna pass it through all of them, and I'm gonna do it twice. That way they're nice and secure, and I will pass that needle through the inside, and then I will lose that tail in the inside, and I will do the same with the other one that we have from the beginning. This is the amount of yarn that I have left, 75 grams. So I can use this for a kid's hat, or I can combine this with another color and do an adult size hat, or leave it for granny squares for different projects. Well, this is the end result, and it looks amazing. You can add a pom-pom or you can leave it like this. This hat, depending on the color that you make it, can be for a man or a woman. And you can change the size by changing the size of your needles. So I hope you guys like it and give it a try, and subscribe to my channel if you're not already a subscriber. And if you make this piece and you want to send me some picture, you can do it through my Facebook page, Ruby Stedman, or you can find me in my Instagram, Ruby Stedman Crochet. Please share my video with friends and family, that way you help me grow here in YouTube. And don't forget to check my other videos in my channel. I wish you have a beautiful day. Bye.